Hi everyone, it's Winona. Take 3. I'm trying to make sure I have everything organized before I start, and that's a hopeless cause. So anyway, glad to be with you again. Before we start, let's do a little bit of this everyday gratitude. And Alan Watts says, every wave on the ocean is the whole ocean waving. So the ocean of being waves every one of us. The ocean of being waves every one of us, and we are its waves. And then the question is, how do I understand or experience myself to be a wave in the ocean? Every wave on the ocean is the whole ocean waving. Okay, I think I finally get it. I didn't really get it at first. I think it just means that we make up the whole planet, and each of us has our part. And let's play our part with kindness. That's, my mom used to say, you catch a lot more flies with sugar than with vinegar. Is that right? Because really vinegar catches flies. Anyway, I'm totally off. I am not feeling well today. My throat has been sore off and on for many days, and today's one of those days. But I really wanted to craft. I cleaned all yesterday up here, and I really wanted to do some crafting. So I'm here. So anyway, quit my babbling. The last time we were together, we did these pockets with the flip up from envelopes, and we made 2 per envelope. And some of them I didn't have the flip up; it was just a pocket. But these go in my stash to use in the future, hopefully. You gotta get it in the right order, you know. Anyway, I did these, and then as I was doing them, I thought, well, I wonder what they'd be like if they went this way on your page instead of this way. So I did one up the other night, and I've got a pocket here, and I've got a pocket here, and then I've got the flip here. So I thought we could do one today, and you can learn from my mistakes, because I did make a few while I was making this. So we'll put this to the side for now, and I've got an envelope here. Oh, I don't want to put it to the side because I want to cut my envelope the same size as that. So I'll just make a tick here. I've got a little bit of a different camera setup today. So I can actually see my camera and what's in there, but I'm not so sure that everything is going to be on camera because I can't get it set so it shows my whole mat. I have a piece of black tape at the bottom here, so I know, well, I guess this part will show, but okay, here's my first tip. Is that straight? When you cut off your piece to use as a flap, cut the bottom off, because if you cut the top off, you've lost the flip part and you have to piece it together. So just cut the bottom, cut from the bottom. And I guess about 1 inch. I don't really measure, I just kind of go for it. Okay. See, what I did last time was I cut it from the top, so the top was open. And then when I cut it, this side was open. And then when I cut the side off a bit so it can flip, I had 2 pieces. So if you cut it from the bottom, this piece here is still intact. And I don't worry whether it's an envelope or not. I have so many, whether this is a window or not. I have so many envelopes here that I could do envelopes for months and months. Okay, so we cut that side because Winona was a goof. See, now here I goofed up. So let's start again. I don't want to mix anybody up. Let's just grab a different envelope from up here. I'll grab this one. Ay la la, Winona. Okay, I'll roll the tape back. That's what I do to the kids. We'll start again. So I'll use this piece to measure. I will show you how to fix that one after, but it's easy. So much for being prepared. So I'm just going to put it down here. I know you may not be able to see the very bottom of it, but I'm going to cut, and I'm going to figure out something to use with that part. And then this still has the flap on it, but let's cut about 1 inch off the bottom. Okay, let's seal this flap. Okay, so this will flip that way so I can cut off that end. I'm just double checking with myself. And this one here, we just need, I don't know, to cut off the side here. And no, we don't. We need to cut off the top is what we need to cut off. Ooh la la, I'm confusing myself. That didn't cut very nice. In fact, it cut terribly. That's where my big... We'll just cut a little more off with scissors. One thing I love about junk journaling is you don't have to be perfect. I get stressed out when I try to be perfect. Oops, that went on the floor. Okay, so now this will open this way so I can sew it again. But we'll continue on. So this is the paper I picked for today. This is from Romantica Arts. It's grunge tropical, I'm not sure. But anyway, that's what I chose to use today. So we'll put it down. And I did take the time, I did trim my edges up. So, I'm gonna have to trim a bit off the top there. So they forecast rain. And I think the ground is maybe damp, but it sure doesn't want to rain here this year. And I guess that's in a lot of places too. Okay. So let's glue this on. Oh no, let's ink. See, I haven't crafted for about a week. And then you forget how you do everything. But anyway, we're just praying for some moisture here. We're pretty much done most of the fall work with the cattle, except bringing them home. My husband's hauling the bales in, and normally this time of year he's still baling. But I know it's even worse in other places, so I really shouldn't complain. Okay, so we'll glue this on there. I'm going to start another Button Farm kit. When I was cleaning, I wanted to empty another drawer. So I have their Christmas kit from I don't know what year. It doesn't, as far as I can see, there's no year on it. But it's a few years back. But I know I haven't had many viewers on it, but I still want to do it on camera. Because when I do things on camera, I actually do them. I need to move that over just a bit. When I, if I'm not on camera, I'm usually not crafting. So it's been very therapeutic for me. Because I don't go out often, so I do talk to my friends most every day. But still, it gets lonely. Life gets lonely. Okay, enough whining. What is it? Journey of crafting goes wow, wow, wow. Okay, does this go this way? Yeah, it does. I'd sure like to get my hands on one of those metal tear rulers that the girls from Britain are using. I tried to order one through Amazon once and I got a really wild one that isn't even close to the same. I could use just my metal ruler too, but I kind of like the real torn edge. I also have in my basket here of things to do. Okay, that's going to flip that way. You want it to flip up this way, so you need to make sure that the part that you didn't cut is to your right. Oh, anyway, I also have stuff put aside for a scripture or prayer, gratitude type journal that I'd like to do on camera too. So I may flip and flop between videos for a while. I may do, you know, a few in my prayer journal. I may do a few in that Button Farm kit. A few making ephemera using envelopes. I've got a few ideas for glue pages. I've got a few ideas on a few computer tips for using digitals. And I'm also working on a Christmas digital to release in my Etsy shop. It's almost done. I just need a few more. Well, I just need to sit for a little bit and I can get it done, but I've kind of been busy with other things. Okay, so we've got these done. And we're going to sew. I'm going to punch the divot and we'll sew down the top. And then, no we won't. Okay, if you're watching me, I'm the most confusing crafter there is because I can't even remember what I do. I'm just messing this up big time. We need to put something in here before we do any sewing. So let's flip this over. And we've opened that flap. This paper is Tracy Fox's Love Junk Journals. It's one from her archive set. I love it. Now that I've started into that making my own digi world, I realize that, you know, sometimes if someone's got what you're looking for, buy it and support them. It's a lot of work to make a digital kit to put it together. And why would you want to copy what someone else has already got that is awesome? Like Janie B Journals. She's got a really good idea where she does a whole bunch of different sheets. You don't know what you're getting in her mystery bundles. But that's fabulous when you're doing collage. You know, you pick up a couple of her mystery bundles and you've got it made. You've got lots of different papers, colors, styles to choose from. And there's only so many hours in a day. You know, like, I would love to sell digitals and, you know, that's what I just do. But I wouldn't want to just do that. I want to create. I want to do my beading. I want to sew. You know, I have so many other things. I want to spend time with my granddaughter. There's just not enough hours in every day. Okay, now we're going to fold this even though it's wet. But I'm going to use my fingers here, what little nails I have, just to kind of make sure that it folds nice and doesn't bubble up. And that's good. I'll maybe give it a zap with a bone folder. This isn't a bone folder. This is actually a clover. It's for sewing. It's for pressing, so you don't have to get up to the ironing board all the time and press. But I use it in here more. I always have an iron beside me when I'm sewing. Okay. So this is going to be the side that opens. So we'll punch a little divot about halfway through here. I think that's about halfway. And then, I'm sorry, but I have to do my sewing, as I really think it finishes these off. So we'll try to get the sewing machine here without jiggling the camera too much. The camera's charging and the cord is hanging down. this up. Call this the blundering crafter. There we go. And I'll put my book under here. I don't know if it helps anybody or not. Stitch 1. And when I do this, I just do a straight stitch. Now, because I have this opening here, I guess I could start. You just start right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to stand up then. Okay, and now I'm going to slow my machine right down because I cannot do that curve going fast. Okay, and then I can turn it up again. Okay, so the needle up. Yeah, if you have needle up, needle down feature, that's an awesome feature to have. It's not needed though. But once you have it, it's not the same sewing without it. Now, because we want this to flip up, we cannot sew this on at this time. We have to sew it, glue it on after. Because if I sew it on now, it's going to sew this flip right down. So I'm going to sew around this to close it up. And you don't have to sew across the bottom. You don't have to sew across the bottom, but you could glue the bottom and just sew the sides down, but you still lose thread. If you're worried about saving thread, you lose thread every time you pull it in and out of the machine. So you might as well just sew across the bottom. Okay, and now I just want to sew here, 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 here. I don't really want to sew down here. It just leaves more room for writing, and it's not visible from the front, and it also adds that little bit of bulk. And if you want it kind of to be hidden, it won't be. And this is what I do when I quilt. I'll let this finish here and then I'll talk. I kind of just butt this up and do a couple of stitches in between, and then I clip it. That saves those threads that you pull. I'm not really totally concerned about threads. I have, from buying vintage machines, I have a lot of thread that I can use for journaling. Okay, the machine can go to the side for a few minutes. And this is my scissor I use just for threads and such. Oh, I forgot to put paper in there. Let's quickly do that. Let's grab a little scrap of this one here. Now that I've sewed it shut, it's going to be a little harder to do that, so I won't make the piece quite as long. Boy, talk about lots of mistakes, eh? Oh, and I didn't ink it. I think I have to go back to crafting school. Okay, so we'll ink this a bit now. My watch keeps vibrating on me. I don't know if it's telling me to get up or... I set the timer because I have clothes in the wash downstairs, and if I don't set a timer, I'll forget about them till supper time. And I don't like to... Our vent from our dryer goes out to our garage, and our dogs sleep in the garage, so I don't like to run the dryer too late, or the garage is too hot for them. Well, some of our dogs sleep in the garage. The other ones prefer to sleep in the milk house in the barn. We don't have dairy cows. We live on an old dairy farm, and we still refer to the parts of the barn what they were. And I don't think I'm going to do inking there. So now to finish this, all we have to do is get our art glitter glue out and just, okay, run a bead on each side and across the bottom. The other night when I was doing this, I ran it all over the back of the pocket. It's like, oh no, I'm not supposed to do that. But things happen. You know, I don't know if any of you scrapbooked before, but or even quilting, you're always scared to cut into that fabric in case you make a mistake. Ow! That's the nice thing about art journaling, is it doesn't matter. You just grab another piece, and oops, what am I doing? That needs to dry. You just grab another envelope. Now I don't know if that is going to catch or not. Let's put my book down on it, and I'm going to grab my book with my flowers in it. What number is that? Number 1. This has some of my taller flowers in it, and I thought they'd be good for pieces like this. Now, did that catch? It's still working okay. So, what would this? I think that's perfect. It really picks up the color right there. So I think I'll use that one. Well, that was easy. Put this back over here. And then I found, when I was cleaning, oopsie, I found, not this, I had this container and this was my idea for it, but I found all these little tickets. And I thought, well, they're good for layering down at the bottom here. So let's see what we can put together. I don't know if they're stickers. Oh, they are. Okay, they're stickers. So what about admit 1? What else can we put down there? I really need to cut out some more of this shabby dabby doodah stuff because I really like these, but I think I need something with a green. And of course, I like to do 3. And that's only because, I don't know. I don't, ooh, that's pretty. I don't really follow any rules. I just do what I like. Like, that's perfectly fine like that too. But I would like a little bit of a doily, I think. Just like the edge of one. I wonder what I have. I wonder in these drawers here if one of my die cuts would work. Like, I just want the little edge. That's the perfect colors, actually. Okay, let's pull this off. So I kind of want, I just want a little bit of that. I'm going to have to die cut some more of these. I send them out with my Etsy orders. And then if we could do that, and then we'll do that down there. And I think that looks dandy. So let's put that drawer back up there and get our inker out. I really think I'm going to like this setup I have now. I hope the camera angle is good. I still got to work on it and try to get it to pick up this part, the back part of my desk a little bit more, because that's where I tend to work a lot, is closer to me. Okay. So I need a needle for a pin. Look at my pin. It's seen better days. But I cannot get these backs off of these without. So I'll put it on the book. It might be easier to see. Well, that isn't even easier to see because I can't even see it. I kind of try to pick at it and pick up the edge. Oh, there we go, I got it. Okay. Once you get it, it's not bad. It's just hard to get. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, so let's put that kind of like that. It's really shiny. I don't know if the ink really sits on it or not, but I do what I can. And because this doily here is cardstock, I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Here we go. And then we'll peel this ticket back. Got glue on my fingers. There we go. I think I got those from AliExpress a long time ago. And they got put in a little container and put in a little cupboard, and I totally forgot about them. So we'll put that there. And this is cardstock as well, so and then we'll put that there. There, how does that look? Yeah, that's not going to be in the way of that folding up. So there's that one. And I don't think I'm going to put anything on here because there are birds on here, and we're going to have a tag sticking through there. So I think I'm going to call this one done. Oops. Let the glue dry. Let's see where I am. 28 minutes. I'm just going to quickly show you this one that I goofed up. Where is it here? Okay, this one that I goofed up here. We'll just use the same papers on it. So now I've got two pieces instead of one. But this can actually be my front. And this can be my back then. And then it's not, you know, that's going to be glued down to your page. So that's, and in a way that's a good thing that I messed up, because it gives me the opportunity to use this side that's a little bit stronger as the top of my pocket. So we'll just measure. I won't decorate this one. We'll just put this together so you can see what to do, and then I'll call it quits. I'll decorate it off camera. Oopsie, I can't see the edge there. So they canceled my hair treatment a third time. And I'm getting a little anxious. I'm beginning to feel like maybe God is telling me that I shouldn't be doing this. Because I paid them in March. And I still haven't had a treatment on my hair. And in some ways, you know, around the house I don't wear anything on my head. Everyone's used to seeing me the way I look, which is terrible. I would look like an old man, but because I hardly have any eyelashes or eyebrows either. But when we go out, I wear wigs, and I could change the color of my hair just by changing a wig, or, you know, I never have a bad hair day. The only thing in the summer when it gets so hot, it's so uncomfortable. But I could wear just a cap on my head on those days instead of wearing a full-blown wig. So I don't know. I want this to be this way, so. And then this is directional because of the birds. So we'll put this on here. Okay. So now I'm going to do a divot. And I'm going to sew across the top real quickly and get that done. I'm just going to do it quickly at the machine here. I'm not going to tilt the machine up. Ooh, I didn't slow my machine down. This won't be perfect, but okay. So now, because they're not together, you can choose to sew these together. Now, well, we'll put something in here before we sew, but I would glue them, at least the two sides together, and then sew. So we'll grab a piece for here, and I still have this piece, so man, I'm gonna have to phone the plumber. Our air conditioner is not working. It's getting really hot and humid up here. Oh, I can use glue stick on that. Let's put that to the side. Whoa, I'm throwing things here. So I think I'm going to upload this video, and then I'm going to work on a little bit on my Christmas button farm kit. So I just want, I'm just going to glue down the two sides. And then we'll put this back on. Phew, it's getting hot up here. I'm going to have to call my husband in to look at it and see if he knows what's wrong with it before I call the plumber. Okay, so I totally redid that envelope. I'll just give it a minute to dry. See, I can so fast. It's just, it's hard to do it when you're not controlling it with your feet. It's, now I sew a lot slower when I'm quilting too because of that. Okay. So now let's throw our paper on here. So I'll use this part as my flap. You just kind of decide what you think will be the most sturdy. I have black tape down here to tell me not to do anything below there because the camera can't see. And I keep thinking it's my ruler and I keep reaching for it. Okay. And then we'll trim up here. Oh no! Well, we're going to have to do some repair. It's going to have to go into the hospital. Let's see here. Another reason why I love junk journaling. I think I'll put that at the bottom because we usually decorate and I usually have stuff towards the bottom. I could decorate and have stuff towards the top though too. But just with those flowers, I like to put stuff at this where the stem starts out. So we'll make sure that that's the way we're going. And we'll glue this. I'm gonna have to give them a call and tell them the next round of bales to come in and look at this, because sometimes you'll phone the plumber and it takes a few days to get them out here. Okay, for some reason it ended up being short, so I'm just gonna trim off that bottom edge. I'm not gonna fret over it. Okay, and then I'll open this and I'll put this inside. It's really hard to see when that's the what is that called? A window. If you're just watching me for the first time, I struggle, since I had chemotherapy, I struggle with words. I forget a lot. And when I get tired, it gets really bad. I can't find the words I'm looking for quite often. And I may repeat myself quite often because I can't remember if I said it or not. I think sometimes the people around me get sick of me talking. So that's why I talk to you. My camera. My best bud. No, it's not my best bud. I'm not that desperate. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I just have a few issues that I have to deal with in life. That's going that way. So I kind of want this at the top. So that's where I was looking there. What time is it? 2 o'clock. Okay, and now I'm going to fold this again. And just lift it up and kind of find where that fold is from the envelope. Let me grab you and burnish a bit. Okay, and now quickly sew around that. I think my glue stick can go away. Here, and it's hanging over from this end because this end's too big, so I'm just going to trim a bit. And I can ink that up after. Oh, I'm sewing from the wrong side. So that wasn't very smart of me. So now I have to guess where that fold is. And it'll be a different color thread because I have different thread in my bobbin. So this, don't do this. Oh my goodness, Winona. Oh, some days. And I want to do another video. Yeah, when you sew on paper, I always find that the side that the bobbin's on isn't as nice because that's the side that the needle's pushing the paper through. But it doesn't look too bad. The color's not that different. So now I just have to glue this on. And I think I'll put a little extra glue along this edge. Mind you, once our glitter glue grabs, it's really good. And then we'll put that on there. Okay. I'll just put a book on there for a second while I close my glue up. I'll have to wash the tip off after. So, take this off here. We've got this one here that we just did of the envelope that I made a total mess out of, but you'll never know. Once it's glued down on the page, it's going to be just like this one, except that the thread's different color there, and you can feel it. It feels different. But, and then you flip that up. You have the pocket here. When you put it on the page, you could put it on as a belly band even, and slide something under, or just put a tag in there. And there's the one we finished today that we decorated. And then here's the one I did the other night. I did decorate up here the other night. And there's the paper inside, and I've put some lace along the side there as well. And then this one here, because I was actually thinking as I was doing it, I put the paper quite a ways along there. It just, you know, when you put a tag in and out, you do look a bit, you do see that a bit, so I do like to have, I don't like to just do it where the tag, where the divot is. I like to have it a little bit longer. Like this one I like because it's quite long. This one I think is a little too short for what I like. But anyway, that's it for today. Wish you lots of luck and happiness until we meet again. Bye-bye.